Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Dalsan English News. I'm your presenter, Ifrah Noor. Now let's look at the top stories that made our headlines for the day. Ethiopia and Somaliland signed port agreement amidst Abiy's port access pursuit. Somalia unveils plans to hire 3,000 teachers to address the shortage of tutors in the country. Somali Army and international partners eliminate 9 Al-Shabaab militants in Lower Shabelle and Mudug regions. Sodma sends relief aid to war and flood-ravaged families in Galmudug and Khartoum states. Kenyan Defense Minister bolsters security alliance with Jubaland, assesses troop progress in Kismayo visit, and finally, dear viewers, new Puntland Parliament members' inclusion sparks controversy. Dear viewers, welcome back. Now let's delve into the full bulletin. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia and President Musa Bihi Abdi of the breakaway region of Somaliland have inked a historical memorandum of understanding in Addis Ababa. The agreement signed just a month after Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's announcement that Ethiopia was actively exploring all options to secure a port for the country, whether by force or negotiations. Our reporter has more on the story.
Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia and the President of the breakaway region of Somaliland, Musa Bihi Abdi, have inked a historical memorandum of understanding in Addis Ababa. The agreement, signed just months after Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's announcement that Ethiopia was actively exploring all options to secure a port for the country, whether by force or negotiations. The partnership agreement between Ethiopia and the breakaway region of Somaliland is set to lay the foundation for a comprehensive and multifaceted relationship across various sectors. Its primary objective is to expand Ethiopia's access to seagate options. One of the key aspects encompassed within the memorandum is the reinforcement of the relationship between politics and diplomacy. The federal government of Somalia has yet to provide an official comment on this development. Somaliland, which remains a breakaway region of Somalia, has been actively pursuing full statehood since declaring independence in 1991. However, this move has been met with fierce opposition from Mogadishu and has not been recognized internationally. Despite the political tensions that have occasionally surfaced in Somaliland, the region has often been regarded as a beacon of stability within the chaotic Horn of Africa. However, earlier this year, these tensions escalated, resulting in violent outbreaks that underscored the need for sustainable resolutions. This recent agreement comes in the wake of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's declaration in July of last year, wherein he underscored the Ethiopian government's commitment to exploring all possible avenues to secure a port for the country. This included a willingness to engage in negotiations, consider compromises, and as a last resort, deploy force if necessary. Ethiopia, a landlocked country in East Africa, boasts a population of over 120 million people and has been experiencing rapid economic growth. However, the absence of a direct port has long been a major hindrance to Ethiopia's economic development. Currently, the nation relies on the ports of Djibouti and Somaliland for its import and export activities. These ports often pose challenges due to their high costs and congestion issues. The Ethiopian government has been persistently striving to secure a dedicated port for the country for several years. The broader dispute between Ethiopia and Eritrea has posed a significant obstacle, making it challenging to reach a mutually agreeable resolution.
Somalia federal government is planning to recruit 3,000 teachers in this year 2024 to curb in the biting shortage of tutors in public school across the country. Confirming the government's plan on Saturday, Deputy Prime Minister Salah Jama said that the teachers will be deployed across the country in a bid to uplift the standard of education in the Horn of Africa nation.
The federal government of Somalia is planning to recruit 3,000 teachers in this year of 2024 to curb the biting shortages of tutors in public schools across the country. Confirming the government's plan on Saturday, Deputy Prime Minister Salah Jama said that the teachers will be deployed across the country in a bid to uplift the standard of education in the Horn of Africa nation. Jama noted that the government has previously recruited 3,000 teachers, which were posted to various public schools across the country. The Deputy Prime Minister stated that this is in line with the government's plans and strategies to enhance access to education, improve quality of education, uplift teaching expertise, and create additional jobs. He outlined that the new teachers are expected to bridge the widening gap between the teacher-to-student ratio. President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud has in January of last year unveiled his government's ambitious plan to hire more teachers to address the shortage of teachers that has hindered learning in the country. According to a report by UNICEF, access to education in Somalia remains among the lowest in the world, saying that over 3 million school-aged Somali children remain out of school.
Somalia government has announced that the Somali military, backed by international partners, have on Sunday eliminated 9 al-Shabaab insurgents, including 2 key figures in separate operations carried out in the Lower Shabelle and Mudug regions. The Somali Ministry of Information in a statement said that the joint forces conducted operations in the Noongare area under the Dagle district in the Lower Shabelle region, leading to the killing of 2 main al-Shabaab leaders. Our reporter has more on the story.
The Somali government has announced that the Somali military, backed by international partners, have on Sunday eliminated 9 al-Shabaab insurgents, including 2 key figures in separate locations carried out in the Lower Shabelle and Mudug regions. The Somali Ministry of Information in a statement said that the joint forces conducted operations in the Noongare area under Odegle district in the Lower Shabelle region, leading to the killing of 2 main al-Shabaab leaders. The statement added that the 2 high-profile leaders were hunted for crimes against humanity on diverse dates. The ministry further noted that in another well-orchestrated operation on the outskirts of the Ad district in Mudug region, the joint forces killed 7 al-Shabaab militants. Otherwise, the Minister of Information confirmed the killings of members of the militant group in a statement carried out on his X handle. Always reiterated the Somali government's unwavering commitment to bolstering the war against al-Shabaab. The Somali government, in collaboration with international partners and allied local forces, have recently intensified offensives against the Islamist group, which have resulted in the significant loss of large swaths of territories previously held by the militants and deaths of top officials of the outfit.
The Commissioner of the Somali National Disaster Management Agency, SODMA, Mahmoud Mualim Abdullah, has on Sunday dispatched a ship carrying essential food supplies donated by the Russian government to the Somali people ravaged by conflict, droughts, floods and natural disasters from Mogadishu port. According to a statement from the agency, the relief assistance will be provided to the families living in liberated areas of Galmudug state.
The Commissioner of the Somali National Disaster Management Agency, Mahmoud Mualim Abdullah, has on Sunday dispatched a ship carrying essential food supplies donated by the Russian government to the Somali people ravaged by conflict, droughts, floods, and natural disasters from Mogadishu port. According to from the agency, the relief assistance will be provided to the families living in liberated areas of Galmudug state. Khartoum administration, where families have been displaced due to conflicts in Laskanod and much of the Sul region, is also expected to benefit from the assistance. Speaking to the media at the port, Commissioner Mualim said that international partners and other humanitarian actors have swiftly responded to desperate calls from the Somali people. He revealed that the agency has received enough supplies to cater for and help the families affected by the natural calamities across the country. Abdullah, however, cited logistical challenges as the main impediment hindering the delivery of the relief supplies to the target population. The agency has, in recent months, stepped up humanitarian aid to flood victims.
A delegation led by Kenya's Minister of Defense, Aden Bare Duale, arrived in Kismayo on Sunday, marking an important visit aimed at strengthening security cooperation between Kenya and Jubaland. During his visit, Minister Duale has paid a visit to the command of the Kenya's Army Operation Artemis, where he held meetings with military officers.
A delegation led by Kenya's Minister of Defense, Aden Bare Duale, arrived in Kismayo on Sunday, marking an important visit aimed at strengthening security cooperation between Jubaland and Kenya. The delegation was warmly received by prominent officials including Mr. Abdelkader Haji Mahmoud, the second Vice President of the Jubaland government, Major General Yusuf Hussein Usman Dumal, the Minister of Internal Security of Jubaland State, General Ali Mohammed, the Commander of the 43rd Division of the Somali Army, and General Ismail Sahardid, the commander of the Darwish Army of Jubaland. The primary focus of the discussions centered around the security issues, particularly the need for enhanced cooperation in border security and the joint efforts to combat the Al-Shabaab extremist group. Both sides acknowledge the significance of cohesive and proactive approach to address these challenges effectively. During his visit, Minister Duale also paid a visit to the command of the Kenyan Army's Operation ATMIS, where he held a meeting with the military officers. This engagement provided an opportunity to assess the progress and strategies employed by the Kenyan troops stationed in Kismayo and other areas within the Juba and Gedo regions. Kenya has maintained a substantial military presence in Kismayo and other key regions, providing crucial security support to the Jubaland administration led by Ahmed Madowe. With thousands of troops deployed, Kenya has played a vital role in stabilizing the area and countering security threats. The discussions held during his visit are expected to pave the way for strengthened cooperation and more effective security measures in the future.
And finally, dear viewers, the official list of members for the new Puntland Parliament was unveiled on Monday, stirring up a storm of controversy due to the selection process of regional lawmakers. The inclusion of the 17 members representing SSC Katumo further fueled the ongoing debate surrounding their status within the semi-autonomous northern Somali state of Puntland.
The official list of members for the new Puntland Parliament was unveiled on Monday, stirring up a storm of controversy due to the selection process of the regional lawmakers. The inclusion of 17 members representing SSC Katumo further fueled the ongoing debate surrounding their status within the semi-autonomous northern Somali state of Puntland. The Supreme Council of SSC Katumo had previously announced that the newly formed SSC Katumo administration would no longer align itself with Puntland. However, despite this declaration, the 17 members from the SSC Katumo found their names among the announced list of parliamentarians. One figure who appeared in the parliament is MP Farah Yusuf Jama Dalmar, who was captured during the Soul War by Somaliland last year. His presence in the parliament adds an intriguing dimension to the unfolding political landscape. They claim that he personally handpicked the 17 positions from SSC Katumo, a move that they view as undermining the integrity of the selection process. Adding another layer to the unfolding drama, just a day prior, more than 30 traditional elders from Puntland endorsed the decision of SSC Katumo. They aligned themselves with the recent declaration made by the SSC Katumo elders, who firmly stated their refusal to participate in the selection process for the upcoming Puntland parliamentarians.
Dear viewers, that's all we have prepared for you today. Kindly stay connected and we wish you a lovely evening.